for What up, y'all? It's your boy T. You already know what day it is. It's not Wednesday. Maybe in the normal world, yes, it's Wednesday, I guess, technically and theoretically speaking. But when you think about purpose, when you think about drive, when you think about destiny, right? Today, y'all already know, is Bridge Day. Um, a bridge, as most of you know, takes you somewhere. It's a connection from one spot to the next. And so today is Bridge Day, and today is a day closer, a block, if you will, a piece of the bridge of your purpose, of your life, of your destiny, that's um, adding to you and getting you a step closer to the greatness that's within you. You know, this moment, this second, this day, the step that you're taking is taking you to that greatness. And so, you already know what I've been on for the past few weeks, and I'm still gonna hang on to this for a little bit, just for maybe this week, today, maybe next week. But this subject of faith, and I want to. I don't even think I have to pull up scripture anymore about because we went over it many times. You know, we know that Hebrews 11:1 says that by faith, right? By faith. And we know that faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not seen. Okay, that's Hebrews 11:1. You should already know that by now if you checked out by faith part 1, 2, or 3. That faith is the substance. It's a substance. It's evidence of the unseen. It's evidence of things not known. And then verse 3 talks about how by faith we understand that God framed this world with his words. And so, and we talked about how the things that are visible, right, the things that we can see with our natural eyes are actually, they actually come from the invisible. And so the visible's origin or original state is from the invisible. And so when you have faith, you're believing in something that you cannot see. You're stepping into something that you cannot see. You're stepping onto something like Peter stepped onto the water. He had faith. You know, Jesus said, he said, well, tell me to come. If this you, Jesus. Jesus said, come. He stepped on the water, and he's able to do something that was never done before. And so in Hebrews 11, or sorry, Hebrews 12, the very next chapter, because you know 11 is the faith chapter. Hebrews 12 talks about, it goes on to say, since we have such a great cloud of witnesses, since we have such great examples, right? And Abraham and Isaac and Enoch and Sarah and Moses and the people who marched around the walls of Jericho to make that fall down. We have these legends, right, that are above us. They're watching us in this earth as we're walking out the same faith that they walked out. They're counting on us. It's like almost like a race. It talks about us being in a race. Sorry, I'm kind of under the weather, but it's like a race that we're in. It's almost like a relay. You know, you passing the baton, and they have passed the baton. They ran their leg of the race, and now we have the baton, and we have to carry this faith on. And this faith is not of what we can see. This faith is not of what we can feel. This faith is not of what seems good, what feels good, what even looks good, right? This faith is about trusting God to bring the unknown uh, to a place of, you know, miracles and blessings and, you know, establish them for us from the unknown. And so, uh, when you think about Hebrews 12, um, it says that the author and finisher, as we run this race, we keep our eyes on the author and finisher of our faith, which is Jesus Christ. And so he's the ultimate example of faith, you know. Um, one story I think about, and I'm just going to share this one story, is heard it before, but when Jesus fed the 5,000 with uh, 2 fish and 5 loaves, and he told his disciples, hey, go feed the people, and they're like, this is what the disciples are thinking. We don't look at what we have. This is all we have. Who's going to go to the store um, and get some more? Because we have 5,000 people. There's so many people out here. We don't have enough for this. And Jesus is like, okay, no, I told you to feed them. So he's testing their faith, and how much do they trust God? And so, pretty much they didn't catch it, they didn't get it. So he said, well, give it. So he give me the 2 fish and 5 loaves. Give it to me. Give it to me. And so he lifts it up to God, and God, he said, God, bless this, and he began to, just lift everything to God. He put his faith and trust in something that was unseen, right? The God who was invisible, like Abraham put his faith in, and they were able to feed the 5,000. That 5 loaves and 2 fish was multiplied. And sometimes in life, we don't want to give up certain things, thinking that we're going to lose something. But when you can lift that thing to God, God will multiply it and make it 10, 20, 100 times more than what it was if you just hold on to it. And so um, he lifted that up and it multiplied, and they even had stuff left over, after they fed everybody. And so I think about that. I think about how Jesus lifted what we would call, if you think about 2 fish and 5 loaves, you think about, and 5,000 people, this ain't nothing. This is nothing. So Jesus took nothing, and God was able to make something out of nothing. That's a song. He made something out of nothing. And so um, I challenge you, man. And I'm not saying, make yourself poor on purpose. I'm not saying go through a struggle on purpose. What I am saying is, though, what is it that God is testing your faith at? What is that you have to lay down? Because we all have to lay something down. We all have to, if you're going to continue to go to the next level in terms of the bridge of your purpose, to continue to build this bridge, right, to go on to your destiny, there's going to be some things you're going to let loose of. Even in Hebrews chapter 12, I think it's verse 2 or 3, but it talks about letting go of everything that every weight that easily entangles you, letting go of some weight so you can continue to finish this race strong. And so, let it go, whatever that might be. Step fully into your destiny. I believe that you're in the right place at the right time right now, but you're not where maybe ultimately where you should be. And we got to always keep stepping forward and moving forward and going from glory to glory, from faith to faith. Yeah, you had faith at that time, and God moved, right? God moved in that class, that internship, or maybe God moved in your relationship with whoever, or you got healed or whatever. Yeah, you have faith in that, but you got to go from faith to faith. And so, yeah, that was that faith, but now can you move from faith to faith? I don't think you understand. So Abraham, think about this. Abraham, God tested this man so many times on his faith. How much do you trust me, Abraham? How much God is asking you, how much do you trust him? What are you willing to give up for him? And Abraham, the first thing he did was he said, Abraham, leave your country, leave your city, leave everything you're used to, and I'm taking you to a place that you don't know, right? So Abraham left, okay, left his hometown. One of the second things he told him he's going to do, I'm going to give you a son, right? And Abraham's like, look how old I am. You're going to give me a son? I mean, come on. So he had to believe that. Then once the son came, once he got what God promised him, right? Then he had to have faith, enough faith. God said, give me your son. Lay your son down, pretty much. So Abraham was at the point to where he was like, I gotta take my son's life. I gotta sacrifice my son, the very thing that God promised me, and he actually fulfilled that promise. And I gotta go ahead and take his life. He's in the middle of taking his son's life. He lays him on this table. He gets him ready. He prepared him, and and everything. And I can just picture it. I'm not. I haven't seen it obviously, but I just picture in my head how he's like has this knife and he's about to just take his son's life, and all of a sudden an angel rushes up. And pretty much God saying, "Okay," and he stops Abraham. "Okay, man. Okay, you trust me. Okay, I got it. Okay, you trust me." And he actually, they say that God actually called Abraham his friend. And why? Because he can trust him. You think about friends you have, somebody's your friend because you can trust them with information. You can trust them that they're going to keep what you say to them, that it stays between you, it's confidential between y'all two. And so he said, Abraham's my friend. He's willing to do whatever I say to do. And that's why he was accounted righteous. That's why he was accounted a homie with God, right? A close friend, right? Because he trusted Abraham to do, and Abraham believed everything that God said to do, and he did it. He didn't just believe it with his confession. He just didn't believe it in his heart. Like, you get saved. I confess that Jesus died for my sins. Come live in my heart. I'm saved. No, he not only confessed it and believed in his heart, but he also showed it by action. He left his country. He was given a son, and he was about to give up that son, right? And so all I'm saying is your faith has to have some action, and to run this race, you're gonna let go of some stuff. To run this race, you're gonna have to give up some stuff, and to run this race, you're gonna have to look and believe in the unknown, right? And so it's your boy T here at Bridge Outreach saying, keep running the race of faith. The Bible talks about fight the good fight of faith. So we go from faith to faith and level to level. And see y'all next week. Happy Bridge Day. And keep that faith, baby. By faith. Peace.